Today we will mix the next drink in our brandy-esque cocktails. They're not quite brandy, but they are close. It's kind of like what September is to autumn. Fall isn't in the air, but the winds, they are changing. This week's libation is the Sicily cocktail, but I don't remember how to make it. I don't figure I'll find the recipe at the bottom of this bottle, but I'll never know if I don't try. That's a grappa. I like grappa. Hey, look! I found the recipe. Thank God I found this. Look at this. I'm gonna need some basil, some limoncello, some grappa, some orange liqueur, and a lime. Well, what do you know? I think I got all this right here. And some ginger beer. I think this video might turn out after all. Let's start with a little basil. Cut up some basil and add it to a shaker. Half ounce of orange liqueur. First, we need to have ourselves a shot. Actually made this orange liqueur with a pisco. I've made it with brandy, and my next one I'm going to make with a grappa. One ounce of limoncello, and hell yeah, I'm going to take a shot. Good. One and a half ounces of a grappa, but first we have to have ourselves a shot. Yeah, I understand why the Italians like the grappa. And add 2 lime halves. And top off with ginger beer. And garnish with basil. And that's a Sicily cocktail, and it is good. Today's word of wisdom is sentiment. Every year, my community has a neighborhood yard sale. I always walk around looking for cool knickknacks to toss around in my bar, but I always come home empty-handed. But why? Because people overvalue the worth of their shit. I'll walk up the driveway and say, "How much for this broken cocktail shaker?" The person will always say, "I paid $15 for it. How does that sound?" What? You want me to pay the same price you did when the glass was new and unbroken? But you can't point this out to people. They always take offense. They'll say something like, "Hey, I used this on my 20th wedding anniversary." Doesn't that mean anything? Not to me. I say, Who gives a flying flip what you paid for and when you used it? The only person who cares is you. Remember, sentiment is only sentimental to the possessor. No one else gives a shit about your broken cocktail shaker, especially not a $15 shit. Remember, sentiment is only sentimental to the sentiment is only sentimental to the professor. Sentiment is only sentimental to the possessor. Possessor, god damn! Remember, sentiment is only sentimental to the possessor. Possessor. I know, it's possessor. I'm hung up on that. Possessor. Remember, sentiment is only sentimental to the possessor.